Hey there, Exiles. Nobody asked, but here we are, back again. New league, new build. This time, it is a poison, blink arrow, mirror arrow, necromancer, utilizing the new minions convert to chaos node. We're doing it with the classic Darkscorn, which is basically the go-to bow now for poison builds. It may or may not be better to craft a thicket bow on the high end with flat chaos and more attack speed, but I don't know, this is good for now. Um, in a BAMA build, the only thing that really matter is your bow and your quiver. So for my quiver, I made sure to get double flat accuracy and poison chance. Poison chance is really big. The more you can get there, the more you save having to get on your jewels. So speaking of jewels, we're of course using Darkness Enthroned. We got, was it 25% chance to poison here that gets scaled up. And then we finish the rest here on the tree with these. I'm mainly going for flat damage and then utility mods on the jewels. I managed to get 100% chance to avoid poison, or bleed rather, and then 80% chance to avoid poison. And then we're using Anamamu's Gaze to scale that all into damage as well. So I'm using actually these boots, which I haven't seen too many other people using on a ladder. Um, so socketed travel skills deal 80% more damage. Mirror arrow is a travel skill. So if you think about it, sockets on the 6 link generally give between like 30 and 40% more damage on the high end. So 80% more is, I don't know, roughly 2.5 support gems, give or take. And this build really benefits from global scaling because it does help for me to have good hit damage because my minions are leeching to me, and the higher they hit, the more leech I get is good. So not only does the gem have 54% more damage on it, it's got 80% more damage in the boots, and then we're using minion damage as well for 39% more damage. So we have these huge, more multipliers stacked up. Now it really makes sense to scale flat and then percent increased. I've actually been leveling up a Unbound Ailments. I might switch it up to mini damage, but I know, like I said, I gain poison, but I lose hit, and it kind of affects the leech a little bit, but we'll see. Then let's see, for my support minions, zombies to body block, meat shield, raise spectre. I'm using 2 spectral leaders. They're these guys that give this action speed buff. It's got a pretty good uptime. It's actually a pretty cool synergy with Replica Stampede because your movement speed is fixed, but these guys give an action speed buff. So you can actually move around faster, without needing like Quicksilvers or Onslaught or anything like that. So, fun little piece of tech that I found. The rest of my gear is just pretty simple life, res, rares. Uh, I want to get this on armor evasion base with suppression, ideally, but this is pretty good for now. The classic Jinx to Juju for 10% hit mitigation to our specters. Our specters are super beefy, and they have a ton of life as extra maximum energy shield from my anoint, and then from the tree, so they can take just big hits, and it all just bounces back. Let's see. For flasks, I'm running Witchfire for Despair, and then Bottled Faith for the increased damage taken, which scales with Devotion. Then in terms of I'm actually running 3 curses on this build though, so I'm getting Despair from the Flask, but then my AG has Corrupted Asnaths with Enfeeble on hit, so I had to give him the Windscream boots, I think, the +1 curse boots, and then I bought a +1 curse chest hunter, I think it was, with just like life and some armor. So my AG is applying Temp Chains and Enfeeble, and I'm applying Despair, so 3 curses. So now mobs are super slowed, and they're also less evasive, less accurate, and they just straight up deal less damage. So I also put this on the smiting one because it gives him much better coverage rather than just having to chip away at the edge of a pack. You can smite, then hit the whole pack at once, and then with Ath and Ath it explodes and feels much better. Um, let's see. So defenses, I'm running Determination, Creative Elements, and Defiance Banner, as well as Arctic Armor. I'm not 100% sold on this, but I'm the most vulnerable when I'm standing still, and it mitigates, fizz and fire, so that's good. Those I feel like the most deadly damage types for the most part. Then let's see, I have 60% spell suppression, 64%. That's of course without gloves or helmet. So if I can get these pieces upgraded, that will make a pretty big difference. At least I can get over 70, 75%. Then I think I'll probably call it pretty good. But yeah, overall this has been a really fun, effective build. I mean, everybody was talking about how busted it would be, and I just wanted to try the new Chaos minions, and it slaps. I mean, I think a lot of people are playing crit just because of the really good synergy between fresh meat and mirror arrow. But this way, rather than having to worry about resummoning my clones, I can kind of just get him out and then let him attack, and then the boss just wraps up with poisons and he's dead. So that feels pretty good. But yeah, it takes a little bit of while to get used to the gameplay, but once you kind of get in the groove, it's smooth. And then the Guardian's Blessing tech with Blink Arrow is actually pretty slick. So as long as you're within aura radius of the clone with the Blessing, it won't fall off. And you can have three of them, right? So it's pretty easy to be just dashing around the map and keeping that up, as long as you're just, not moving too far away at once. But I really only worry about it when I'm bossing, because you just do so much damage, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll put the POB in the description. Overall, it's just a really fun build. Let's see, did I not? I am running an automation here, Molten Shell, Convocation, and Withering Step. Uh, Convocation is really nice because it keeps your kind of meat shield minions on top of you, as well as having better uptime with the action speed. And then Withering Step is nice because, when you're running in between blinks, you basically always have Elusive up, and Elusive's really good 30% avoidance. Hard to beat that. And then it just applies 6 Wither debuffs right up front because the minions will stack it up really quickly, but if you just have that initial stack on there, it's just that quick burst, and sometimes that's all you need to one shot most mobs. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun build. I haven't invested too much, mainly just the jewel and then this flask. The rest of the gear is, I don't know, pretty cheap. But I think I might go for a fourth vow setup just because I'm already chaos capped and kind of scaling armor, so I think it would kind of make sense. But I'd have to make up the suppression, and I don't know. Maybe I just forgo suppression. Who knows? But overall, this was a really fun build. Definitely gonna keep playing it for at least a week before I can think of something fun or new or busted to reroll next. Maybe Wander. Wanders do look cool. But yeah, if you made it this far, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up. If you think the build shit, let me know. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Put it in the comments. Roast my ass. Make sure to follow my Twitch. I'll put that in there too. I'm streaming more often now. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.